What's going on, my good people? This your main man Ben here. Today is going to be a special day, amazing day. We are going to have a new camera and new lens day. Well, actually the lens arrived earlier than the camera, but whatever. Backstory: 2 years ago we got the awesome ZVE10 and the 11mm. We're using it right now. It has been my main cam for all of my content creation, a cam for podcasting, reviewing, everything. But today I'm going to acquire my dream camera, the king of APSC as of 2025. Let's check this out. Man, I did an oil change. I haven't fixed it yet because it was a mess. So here's the thing, backstory. I've been loving to get another body, but the ZVE10 was fulfilling my needs. However, what I noticed about it is whenever you lose some fire, or shall we say passion, on your craft, then when you get relaxed, in other words, then the creativity goes away. And this is what it is, man. It's not about the equipment, it's not about the stuff like that, the lens, yada yada yada. But then again, it plays out as a big role. If you don't have that preference of toolkit that you got, then the experience lessen. The experience, you see those minor things that points out to your productivity and effectiveness on doing your task. So that's where I'm going. The cinema line in Sony, it's amazing, man. This is not a full frame camera. If you don't understand the full frame, it's like a human vision. I'm explaining this, man. This vlog is gonna be interesting. Well, anyway, there's two types of sensor. It's full frame and APS-C. Full frame is equal to like your human eye, where you see the full version of your sight right now, and it's entire frame, that's full frame. APS-C, or the 1.6 crop, is like zoom in a little bit versus the full frame like that. So what's gonna happen here is the cinema line, they call it Super 35, but it's actually just APC, man. APS-C sensor. However, I really like to have a cinema line camera. And this one is Netflix approved, guys. Meaning you cannot just shoot movies and whatever you want and submit it to Netflix. They do have requirements. That's how the industry works. For example, medium format camera versus DSLR. They have specific ones that is approved for filmmaking. So the one that we're getting is what you call a cinema line, which is approved by Netflix. So if your boy decides to shoot a Netflix video, then you know it is approved. That requirement is checked out. Yo, we are here, man. We are here. Yo, my shoes is even tied up properly. I'm that mad excited right now. And Best Buy it is. That's what I like coming in here. There's not a whole lot of people yet. Bro, we got the cinema line right now, bro. This is the one right here. Yeah, buddy. Can't wait to go home. So this is what it's going to be. This is a USB-A to USB-C. So we got plenty of USB-C charger. So we're not gonna worry about this that much. Limited USA warranty. Very critical, guys. If you don't wanna get a gray market, we're gonna do a separate video on that one, but very critical to have this warranty card. Okay. Oh man, here we go. Oh lordy.
Wow, this is kind of beefy, bro. For a mirrorless camera, cinema line. Look at this bad boy.
Magnesium alloy. It's not plastic like our ZVE10 right now. LCD screen, which has a better, I believe, more pixels versus our ZVE10. It's touchscreen. Our ZVE10 is not touchscreen. Of course, in-body image stabilization for this one, in 10-bit cinema line versus our non-IBIS and 8-bit color profile. I haven't put a name in it, but ooh. Also, there is a charger for it, a Sony small charger. I don't think we're gonna use this one, but we don't have accessories for additional battery yet, and we got the bigger battery here. This is much beef, bro. This is the NPFZ100. In comparison to my ZVE10, the NFP50, you can see the difference itself, just the size. So I'm expecting at least a little bit more oomph for this, since it shoots 4K 120 frames per second or 1080p at 240 frames per second. There's a lot of threads in here that you can use for your accessories, 3/8. That way you can have a limited customization according to your needs. Mainly we're going to use this for our workflow review, vlog, podcast. I just want to explore that 10-bit IBIS and yeah, travel. This is going to be my main cam. Okay, so a couple of things we're going to do right now is quick setup. Since we got our ZVE10 here, our B cam, this is going to be our main cam. I'm going to switch on this camera. Also, you download the Creators app for Sony. You can update the firmware of your FX30 using the Wi-Fi. You don't have to pull out the SD card. As you can see, version 4.0 to 5.0 via straight up using the iPhone going to the camera. Pretty handy. Switching to the FX30 right now. This is our 11mm 1.8 from Sony. That's the lens we're using in the studio. It is the same sensor size of our ZVE10. Once again, compact cinema camera. This is the FX30, designed for content creators, aspiring filmmakers, capturing amazing quality 4K video, which has a 10-bit 422 and S-Log3. I'm gonna geek out here, man. There's plenty of reviews of FX30 out there, amazing reviews. It'll make you more understand better. Basically, it is the same sensor of our ZVE10. However, it has 4K 10-bit 422 video compression, and it has S-Log in it. This is only 8-bit. I'll put this in there. If this has 8-bit, let's put it has 80 million colors or something like that. 10-bit is 100 times more than 10-bit. What does that mean is that you can push color grading a little bit more further, making those gamuts, those colors pop a little bit more. You can stretch it further because there's a lot more quality in the file where versus the 8-bit does not have. Now that's important because if you go to different types of shooting, vlogging, or cinematic stuff, the compression of 10-bit is just amazing. To be honest with you, we're shooting at the lowest form of 4K right now, and I have a reason. I have a lot of SD cards here, guys. Out of my 10 SD cards, only one is V60. What does that mean? Okay, V60 are types of versions of SD card, how fast that they can write and read. Now, typical SD cards cost around $20 for no, $30 for 256, $20 for 128, version 30. And this is not a slow one, but in the SD card world, it is kind of, you know, the introductory. On FX30, it requires V60 or V90 cards to be able to shoot 4K 120 frames per second. It requires a lot more power so that you can do some slow-mo video under 4K, and you cannot use a regular card with V30 version if you shoot on that frame rate. And yeah, also there's just so much in this camera, man. I'm just telling you, if you have Atmos Ninja, you can shoot raw video directly to your Ninja, and you can put that in the hard drive as well because it's much bigger file size. Overall though, if you're going on that route, you got to have a faster SD card to be able to utilize the 4K 120 frames per second at 422 10-bit. Now I think the strongest part of this camera is it has IBIS, it has S-Log, Cinetone, active cooling system. It has a fan in it. So I actually bought a dummy battery right now, and you can shoot as much as 13 hours non-stop with this camera. You don't have to worry about overheating. I actually have not tested that out because it's winter here in Baltimore and it's super cold out there. But then again, this has built-in fan in the camera. And one last thing, it has dual memory card slots. If you're not familiar with that, it's redundancy. So if you have main card and a backup card, just in case one gets corrupted, you get a backup copy of your shoot. Very important if you do some work like, you know, commercial stuff. You don't want to get sued by your client for not having that shot. So 2 card slot is a must, and that is a pro feature. Now, the weakness, as far as I own this thing, I have shot a couple of reviews and one podcast in this one. I gotta be honest, there's not much weakness in this one. A lot of people will say that low light capability of a crop sensor. I mean, come on, man. It's a crop sensor. It's a smaller sensor versus the full frame. If you're using a non-prime lens that has f4 like this one or f5.6, you won't get enough light anyway because your lens is not fast enough. But this 1.8 right here, yeah, it will take care of a lot of things. And you have the Cine EI ISO base. You have to pick your battles with this one. It's not the best in low light, yes, but if you put a faster prime lens and you bumped up that 2500 ISO, you get some awesome clips in this one. Overall, a fantastic entry-level cinema camera. You don't have to break the bank, pay $4,000 to get the Sony FX3 or FX6. This is the little brother, the FX30, without the bigger sensor. Everything else is almost in there. Full HDMI output. Man, I could geek out in this camera, and it's just amazing. There's much more filmmaking, B-roll projects we're gonna do for content creators wanting cinematic visuals. Without the full frame price tag, Sony FX30 changed the game. But this is our initial review of the FX30. We got some accessories. We're gonna pump out soon, man, what kind of camera cage we're gonna go get in this one. I did not get the package because I don't think it's worth $400 for me to get the top handle and the audio for the FX30. I think there's a lot more offering right now if you go separate package. Like if you want to field record, you can get a 32-bit float F3 from Zoom, which is amazing, and you can go get cleaner audio if you ask me. That's why we did not get that package, but we're gonna go get some reviews on the camera cage, accessories, and we'll see how robust the FX30 in 2025. But thank you guys for watching. Always remember, God is good all the time. This is your main boy. Peace out.